Hey, good morning, guys. I'm so sorry I'm so late. Oh, gosh. Screw the disclaimer. I just moved it away quickly. I want to go online and hang out with you guys again. Yeah, I had some bank issues. So I really had to call them, and still not solved, but it's sort of like really annoying because my international payments are not going through. So even my trading view payments, so I might be, if my trading view is not giving the right price anymore, it's because they cut me offline. Because my bill isn't paid. It's only $8, but my international payments are not going through. Anyway, I'm here, and let's get into it. Yes. Now, has anybody been training already? I still need to have a quick look on what's been going on, and now we did not take the low that we thought we would take out yesterday, so quite interesting. We didn't have a Tuesday high or low. So yeah, let me just quickly do some analysis, and then I can get some. What am I check on? Just type something. Okay, sound is on. I'm just testing how much delay there is on the chat. Okay, there we go. Okay, I see. Is it like if you guys type something, it's like a few seconds delay. Okay, gotcha. Okay, here we go. Now. Hey, Yort. Ready too. Oh my God, you're doing well. That's so good to hear. Hey, Tarun. I saw your email. I haven't looked at it yet, but are you sure? I'm just very careful opening links, so I still have to look at it. But I'm getting it. I did make a new a thumbnail today, so I was already on the verge of that. But hope you're well. But I'm really happy to hear that 200 up. My God, that's really what you're doing well. And are you risking how much? Doing really, really well. Okay, guys, I'm a little bit late, so my apologies for that. So hello, Sina, how are you doing? I had some bank issues, so I had to solve. It's still not solved, but I had to spend some time. So I'm getting into it right now. Let me just quickly get into the charts. Yes, 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 yes. So yesterday we didn't take out this. We didn't went to the daily low of the day before, right? I'm gonna get. Taryn. I'm gonna look at it today. I had to solve that bank issue, even though it's still not solved. But I was like, okay, let me do that first, and then you know, they're cutting off all my international payments, so my TradingView bill kept rejecting, and I'm like, what the f is going on? And I moved to South Africa. I don't have any Dutch banking anymore because Dutch in the Netherlands, they say, oh, you moved there, you know, we cannot help you anymore. So it's, you know, living in paradise, yes, it comes with a downside. So, yeah, so I might have to go to my funded accounts to trade if my trading view, and the next month it's crazy stuff. But anyway, I will get back to you. But I made a new thumbnail, so but yeah. We reacted from the first hour IFTG yesterday, but I don't like the trend line we have made on a high above the daily FTG. Yes. ICT went over it a little bit. I haven't had the time to look at that video as well. So let me just go back. I want to see. So we don't have a Tuesday high and we don't have a Tuesday low. But you see here, right? If you use these lines here, we rejected exactly at the 0.66, and then we went back up higher, and then it went into the 0.33 in the 6 o'clock 4-hour candle. So I always use, ICT doesn't use them, but I do use them, and I think he just doesn't share it because maybe it's too much information he doesn't want to give away, which I understand. But I use these 1/3, and yeah, so you see the 6 o'clock went higher, back again, but now we're in another rejection block. This one here. We're in the 4-hour FUG, like Sina said, yeah. But I don't like the trend line we just made on the higher time above the daily FUG. Yeah, okay, let me have a look quickly. Hey guys, thank you for helping me to speed up because I need that. I always hate it when I can't do my journaling and do other things. Daily FUG. Where's the daily FUG? I don't see a daily FUG. We have one here, very tiny. Yeah, we closed the daily one right yesterday. Has anyone seen the ICT video? Yeah, it posted yesterday. Well, you're talking about a daily fair value gap. I mean, there are wicks here, there are wicks here, they're overlapping here. We have, like I said, there's only one here with a very small gap. This is not a fair value gap anymore because we have this wick. There's a wick here, wick and wick. So I only see this one. I just see this a very small gap here. This is not a fair value gap. Or I'm missing something. But anyway, let's go lower. Let's have a look. We're gonna take all these off now. I wanna have a little bit more clean. Everything needs to be cleaner now. So the light green one, that's the NWAP, and the dark green one is yesterday's first percentage fair value gap of the PN session. I had to double check because I just adjusted the colors yesterday. Now we are below the 50% of both, right? The NWAP we are below, and we're also below this blue line here, which is the daily first percentage fair value gap. So we've made our way below that. So it looks like we're going a little bit more down, right, for the London session. I just want to double check. I thought we had some news in London. Let me have. I hate it when I'm not. This is. if I don't spend my mornings on the chart and I have to go back and I feel like I'm so behind. Okay, we have nothing today, even not in London, just European, but that really doesn't mean nothing, right? Um, nothing today, nothing today. But so technically, we had an inside day. Did we have an inside day yesterday? Yeah, because we didn't take out the. Let me just double check. Um, yeah, so technically yesterday, right? This is Monday. Monday high and Monday low, and this is so we just didn't take out the Monday high with it. I think it was 2 ticks or something that I checked yesterday, and then here we are in um, Tuesday low. So it technically, even though it was quite a large range, it's still an inside day, right? Um, Now we opened below the midpoint. It's too soon to really think to know if it's going to be. I want to see if there's any 4-hour ranges that have been taken out. Ooh, look at that. I like it. Okay. So we took out the 4-hour range. We're in this fair value gap now. So we have not gone above the. We wicked into the midpoint of the 4-hour fair value gap, right? So how I look at it right now, like the N walk is, let's say, in the quarter part of this fair value gap. Um, so for me, if it already would leave this N walk, so that's around the beginning of this fair value gap, I would start turning already bullish. Yeah, you can call this a BPR because well, you do have a little bit of yeah, it's connecting. There's no gap here, right? It's overlapping. Yeah, yeah, this is a BPR. But we didn't have a change in state of delivery yet, right? Because you want to change, you want this candle to be taken out. Now, if you think about when liquidity goes from internal to external, right? Um, Getting into a fair value gap is internal liquidity. So we did tap into it. Now where on the 4-hour would be external liquidity? These lows, right? So, but you also need to you think like, okay, did we take internal liquidity maybe here? And is it on its way to the upside to take external liquidity? Because it's very easy to say, okay, oh, we're in internal liquidity right now, but maybe in this area it took internal liquidity and it's on its way up. Now this is the only thing that I have to be honest about. When we have so many wicks and we go into a wick and it's a rejection block, or if that is to be considered internal liquidity or not. I internal liquidity or fair value gaps, imbalances, and then external liquidity. We always say those are the high and lows, right? Weekly highs, daily highs, session high and lows as well. But I think that I'm just not sure about wicks, and I think we can consider them as gaps, so that should be then internal. So if that would be the case, I'm just, that is one thing I still have to, I'm hoping that will be, will get cleared for me soon. But so the only thing is that I'm thinking, are we going to disrespect this fair value gap perhaps because of that? Because I'm not really sure how we can read this at the moment. So we left the annual here. Here we go. Let's just see what happens at the midpoint of this fair value gap. Because I'm just thinking, are we going to go for the external liquidity now? That means we're going to disrespect this one here. Even though this might be read as a BPR, right? Because you have like candle through, green candle, candle through. Look how many equal lows. Here, here, here. London, London. All equal, equal, equal. Equal as hell. Now, what is this level? Wow, that's interesting. This London, so London low is exactly the same as um, Asia high. Asia high, London low. Yes. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Romillion. I know. Oh, that's nice. That's a good name, eh? Romillion. I like that. Did you just think about that, or is it like are you forward thinking already? Oh gosh, it's so cool. It's summer started here, but it's been raining like 2 days, and I'm freezing my butt off. Um, so that's why I'm wearing the long sleeves, and I'm still cold. I hate cold. I moved to South Africa for the weather. I'm a climate refugee, basically. Oh, oh! I forgot my mic. Sound is better now. Okay. Now, could you have entered this trade? It's a little bit difficult, right? If you really go for like A plus setups, there's not really a sweep. Is there really like how well? The only thing that I would look at from here is time again, right? 330. And it didn't break anything. And if we go up higher and you go over this first percentage fair value gap, and we have an now let me show this again. I always talk about the flat bodies, right? The flat tops and flat bodies. If you see these and you are wondering here what to do, and you don't have a good setup at that moment, and you see one all flat, and then I would scalp in in environments like this. I would just scalp, and then I would just take it from the moment you see it running up. And time 330. We start the run, and you can see we're clearly starting to be bullish. We're over this first percent fair value gap. Then I would target these flat tops, and then reassess again. But then again, because it's running, 330. Yeah, but I understand why everybody would be hesitant because of this fair value gap, right? On the 4 hour, it's like, okay, are we going lower now because we are in that fair value gap? But that's why you can already hear that I'm a little bit hesitant about that. I just don't trust this market at all, and I was very bearish yesterday, but because we didn't break that daily low, either they're going to keep it for tomorrow and Friday. We have good days coming, but I'm just wondering if because we have equal highs here literally, and You know, it's a very manipulated market. Market end. We're a month end. We've got the last 2 days. I said that yesterday as well. Are Monday and Tuesday. Settlement takes 2 days, so that means if the market makers want to close the books as high as possible, they can jack the market up until Friday, and then Monday and Tuesday we still have 2 days of the month, and then they can bring it down. But they can close the books as high as they can, and that you see that a lot happening, the manipulation to the upside, and then they just bring it down when settlement price is not of any issue anymore. But price needs to settle 2 days. So I think Thursday, maybe even Thursday. So that will be tomorrow. Tomorrow. But I think even Friday, because we've got 2 more days left. So there's always something to consider: settlement price and how that works for closing the books. And yeah, you know, look, we've got a flat candle here with a wick. Those are my favorites. Lack of manipulation, and you will see it wick through here, and then most likely will end up in this wick here somewhere. These are very algorithmic signatures, guys. Flat bottom candles, flat top candles with a wick next to it. Mark them. I've been saying that the people who have been with me, they hear me. I'm like a broken record with that, but you've seen it, right? And how you can really see manipulation when you have a large manipulation wick going to the downside, and you already spotted on the 4-hour a flat bottom candle with a wick next to it. You already know where the manipulation is going to. Let me show you. Here is another example, right? Look here, flat bottom, wick. Where does this candle go? It's going in, it even surpasses it this time. But sometimes if it's a longer wick, it will use that wick as a rejection block. If you see on the time frame, this can be a turtle. If you have a long wick, that's exactly a turtle soup. But you still have to be careful, because you see here the wick goes a little bit lower, right? But that's maybe because there is another one somewhere. There is another higher where you have a little gap here. But yeah, those are my turtle soups. Yeah, definitely. And you have to align it with time, right, as well. So obviously time has to align, so macro times and you know, things like that. It's like when you have the perfect entry and the perfect exit, it's like you have I have minimal 3 confluences, and one of them is always time. Time is one of the most important elements for me. But time, if I talk about time, is I look at the first presented fair value gap, my 10 o'clock, my 4 o'clock, midnight. Yes. So now we're definitely going up. We're now in the 351 macro. I just want to see how it reacts at the midpoint here. So that's why I'm waiting. I don't want to rush in. How's everyone doing? Is everyone trading so far? I'm really proud of you guys. Hey, you're already up 200 on, and you risked $30 on that trade. It was micro gold. Oh, you did gold. No, we're not going to hope you're not going to lose it, because you're not. Because you're going to stick to your strategy, and you're going to keep your risk very tight. And then, well, you still have losing trades, but then that doesn't matter, right? That's really nice. I love to hear that. Okay, I'm just waiting. I just have to wait to see the reaction at the midpoint here of this FUG. If we're going to reject it, that might be a good short, right? So when you see a macro running up like this, it could use, again, you can divide the macro sometimes in split in two, right? The first part of the macro can still use this upward movement, but it might be a scenario because we're going to the midpoint of that fair value gap that is going to reject there, and then we could see a reversal in the second half of this macro. So the macro is then the 350 to 10 past 4, and normally when you see a reversal coming, it is a little bit past 4 o'clock. Specifically, hey Jurt, I just came on. I was so it is because I just didn't have the time. I didn't have the time because I had to call the bloody bank. They're cutting off my international payments. You know, they're really giving me a hard time on that. They don't even look at how much money you have on the bank. They're just like, okay, we don't want much money going out of the country. So my trading view might be. I found out because I got an email from TradingView, like, hey, your payment has been declined. And what? It's $8 US. I can afford that. And then, yeah, your international payments. And oh my God. And then, well, anyway, I'm not going to talk about it. It just frustrates me. Okay, so you see it's already stalling a little bit, right? But no, I'm going to trade today. Don't you worry. It's Wednesday. And tomorrow is Thursday, so I think I'm definitely going to trade this week, yeah, but also today. But for now, and if I trade, I'm very transparent if it's a paper trade or if it's a paper trade or on here, and then I take it on live as well on my other computer. I always say that. And I love paper trading as well because it helps me get better in my executions because I treat them the same as I journal them and I go over them and blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, but we want to trade. Okay, so I like to see that we're stalling at the midpoint because we have already a lot of liquidity here. And it's for me a very good area now as well because it's London low is Asia's high. So there are two valid liquidity points basically in one. Because like on the higher time frame, I'll show you why. Why is that the case? I'll show you why. You could write that down, guys. This is also good information. When you see like a turn, right? Like at the start of a model, or if it's like you see these wicks here. If you have a fair value gap next to above those wicks, those are very valid. And now on the 5 minute, there is a little gap here as well. So we are definitely going in this area because if you see a wick here with a fair value gap, and I'm not talking about the breaker because it's more of a, I think we can call this more mitigation block now, but mark this little area on the 5 minute. So it's liquidity below, but even if there will be not a fair value gap, because this is always a valid area. Because we made it intermediate term higher. So if I want to take a short, that will be my my TP. I don't use those orbs. I think it's no. I use the opening range gap. That's the gap between quarter past that is formed. It would be nice if you could make a cam square at the left bottom a bit small so we could see the entire screen out. If you could make this at your cam square at the left bottom a bit smaller. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so big. Hey guys, I don't have that much ego that I think you guys want to see me that much. Oh, I'm sorry. That's because I had to restart everything today. Thank you, Sina, for pointing that out. That was huge. Oh my God. No, I don't want that to be that big on screen. I am not. Thank you for that one. I had to, I think the camera is better now as well because I was using the, I had to uh, do a lot of settings, change them to get the quality better in through YouTube because it gave the compressed version. But anyway, I was saying, so what I use is the opening range gap build. No, the opening range, yeah, the opening range, and that is the gap that is formed between the when the market closes, so 6:15, 4:15, and when the market opens, that is 9:30 Eastern, right? Hey, look where we're going now. I'm just watching the price section. I'll show you. You can have that automatic opening range gaps from TFO. I'll show you. So yesterday, the gray box you see now pop up on my screen, that was the opening range gap, and I grayed that. And yesterday, you could see how beautifully. Let me go on the 15 quickly. Here you go. I use that and I use it all day and I use them all week because I grade them and I go back to them. But those are much more valuable for me than the 15-minute orb and whatever. For some people it works, but for me it's just too limited information. And they work just only maybe for a small, they use it maybe for one little day but I don't think it's, I think I was watched one video of one person, I was like, are you kidding me? And it was very high risk and 9 out of 10, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But for me, I grade this with my quarter 1/3 levels and I use them. I take this off, but I leave my the quarter 1/3 on it, and then I still use those levels because they're very significant. So that's what I use. But if you want to automate it, opening range gaps from TFO, you can have it automated. Yeah. Try both. I mean, it's my opinion, and maybe you are like, no, I don't agree with you, but try both of them and see what works for you, because maybe it does work for you, and for me it does not really, but the 15-minute orb, but for me the opening range gap is one of my, well, it's also a time-based tool for me, yeah. I did my first 9:30 my AM session yesterday. My AM session, I really enjoyed it, so I think I'm going to also go online just the AM session, and I'll just see. I'm not going to do a marathon session every day, but I really enjoyed it actually, to be honest. So yeah. Okay, guys, the 4 o'clock has formed. My favorite time. Now, critical time. I'm still. It's hovering around this area. It's hovering around previous day midpoint. So the PDEQ means midpoint. So I'm on the 15-minute now on this chart. Yeah, so I don't know, if you listen to the people that use the 15-minute or try to find the logic why they use it and what's the logic behind it. The logic for me behind the opening range gap is because it is something that has already is a very significant level, and it's a gap as well, right? Because we have price action in between, and some people, if you look at the difference between RTH and ET, um, they're very. I believe there's more algorithmic value to it. Let me put it that way. Yeah. Now, like I said, guys, between if we have a run up and if there's going to be a reversal. Now they do that all the time, right? Between before significant levels, they stop, and then you're like, why did my target just didn't get hit for a few? Because we're at 3:04, I'm always like get hit a little bit, but I'm the previous day midpoint. I'm not sure it's not going to take that out. So most people don't even have that on their chart. Let's see. It's really hard to enter. If I look at this price section, right? It just blasted through the first percent fair value gap of London. No retest of anything. It just went through. This would be sort of like a entry point, but then again, because it's at the midpoint almost, I wouldn't get in because it could, reverse on me because of this one here. But hey, it looks pretty bullish at the moment. Let me grade this fair value gap. This is a fair value gap. No, it's not the fair value gap. You weirdo. Okay. Now, ICT said something about the first presented fair value gap of yesterday. I need to look at that quickly on the 1 minute because he said he took another one that we normally should take. It was the wrong one. I just want to check that quickly. No, it's not that one. Where is it? Here we go. He said this one was the better one to take. So my automated indicator took a very small line, but I added the imbalance here, but he took this one. I just watched a very short, so I'm going to change this. I have this on my chart. There we go. Because I think it might be of use now. Where are we? Here we go. Now, where is this level? Here, okay. Yeah, it's not wrong, but listen, when he does something like that, pay attention. Now, well, I'm not in a trade yet because we're at the previous day midpoint and it's reacting. Now we're at 4 o'clock, end of the macro. And I just want to see if it's really, are we going to get a continuation or is this just a recovery or are we really going to the upside? I think you see my cat's on the bed sleeping. It's a little black, there's a little black hump on my side there. I didn't know she was in the screen. Okay, now let's see. Okay, guys, you hear me talk a lot about the 10:4 and the 4:10, right? You see the 10 o'clock on my screen? Now I play the 4:10, now the 10:4. That is my model. The 4:10, not so much. But the moment I see 10 o'clock, it's yesterday's 10 o'clock, right? Oh my God, I think my laptop is going to explode. My laptop is making really weird noise. You hear that? It's a new one. Can you hear that noise? It's a bloody new one. I know, but it's really sort of like, and I only have. But do you? I want to know if you hear it. I'm gonna just gonna continue. If it's not a bother. I've got another laptop here, but it worries me a little bit. But anyway, if you guys don't hear it, it's fine. I'm gonna put the mic away a little bit. I don't like Apple anymore. I used to be Apple, but gosh, I just hope it's gonna stop. Anyway, it's 4:12, and I'm actually getting more excited. I think we're going up. You know why as well? I'll show you another thing that I'm seeing. Is this a gap or not? Hey, the show must go on, right? We just, if you guys don't hear it, I'm just gonna ignore it, and until my laptop explodes, or if there's something going on, you know what? If I just suddenly am gone, you know why, right? I guess something might crash, but let me just put on the PC manager. It's a new one. Pisses me off. Okay, now we're just gonna keep on watching this area here. This is 25%. The body we close technically above the 50%, right? So, and I'm watching this area now here. This has my interest. Do you guys don't hear that sound? I just want to know if you guys hear it, because I can just continue until I just crash or something. If you guys don't hear it, I'm fine. Okay, we are now again crossing the 4 o'clock. So I might enter in a long. I'm just going to check a few other things. Nine 40-ish, 9:30, 9:30. Here we go. Oh, you hear it. Oh, it's because it's getting too hot? Really? Jesus, it's bloody cold here. Okay, let me get it. I'll put a fan there. But it doesn't feel hot. Calm down, amigo. It's okay. Hey, it listens to me. It just needs a little bit calm. It's okay, my friend. You've done well. Yes, I know. I've been asking a lot of you lately. With, I think it's the marathon. I think it was the marathon session yesterday. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, okay, it was the marathon. He says yes, marathon session. Too much. Just not. Plus all your things you do beside that. I'm working too hard according to my computer. I'm going to replace you very soon now if you keep on doing this. You're new. You shouldn't be doing this. Everything is closed. I close everything. I've only got TradingView and OBS open. But anyway, yeah, no, nothing is open. It's just that that's why I'm a little bit worried because I'm like, really? That's it. Okay, I'm getting interested now more and more in a long, to be honest. Um, we already, like I said, if you see wicks, a higher point like that with a gap here or fair value gap, and we're already on it. It's still paper trade, guys, because my computer might turn down on me. I'm gonna take it to this level here, just below that level. This will be my trade. I'm gonna take it on my other computer. Let me see, what time is it? 4:18. Current, yeah, we're still in the fair value gap, but I think we're gonna go up, and we might still go down, but maybe a little bit higher from there. For 18. Um, I'm just gonna wait from on my live account. Oh, you believe it will come to the one-day bullish fair value gap 24,655, 24,553. Yeah, we got a lot of liquidity down. I agree with you. Now, yeah, I'm looking at this where the body is now below the 50%. So I'm getting out. I'm just getting out now. I probably had a closure. Yeah, we do have on the 1 hour. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to re-enter. Yeah, I'm in South Africa. Where are you from, Free Bar Reversal? Can you hear it from the laptop that I bought in South Africa? It's South African born board, and it's already making a lot of noise after just 1 month in action. It's already tired. South African laptop. I love South Africa, but I guess it's difficult to buy good stuff where I'm staying. Yeah, I'm originally from the Netherlands, though. Hmm. So this is a difficult area to. I do think we're going higher a little bit, but I'm just because we didn't really reject in the below the 15%, 50%, and I think it's just going to work its way up a little bit higher. We didn't take out the daily low yesterday. We had no Tuesday high, no Tuesday low. Um, yeah, I'll go over the weekly templates in the AM session. I'll draw up a couple of them, possible scenarios, and we have more information on London as well then. Because I don't think we're going to get London though as well. Um, we have a one day volume imbalance. Did I miss this? That a 1 day volume imbalance. and a 1-day bullish for value. 1-day bullish FTG. Yeah, is that what my yellow line? Is that the bullish? Is that the volume imbalance you mean, Romillion? I'm sorry for the noise, guys, but my laptop is protesting a little bit. So if you hear that noise, it's just probably the CPU having a hard time. Oh, it stopped. Thank God, it stopped. Everything's still working, right? Yay! Okay, I just moved it a few just a few centimeters. So anyway, but I'm in South Africa. Where are you, Tibor Reversal? I like it. Oh, you guys have nice names. I always just put Iris or something. I just never really think of something very original, I guess. Okay, so yeah, I'm still bullish for this. I wanted to see go further down, but I think we're gonna go a little bit more up for now. But yeah, okay, let me just rejection here on the daily. We rejected. Like what I'm looking at right now is this. So I'm looking at this wick, right? Um, and we rejected from the 0.66. So that means we could go to the 0.5804 level here now. And then we either we go, okay, that makes sense. 804. See what I use the quarter levels as well and the 1/3. And if we reject from 0.66, it could be enough. Goes up into another level, then it goes back down in 0.5, and then we reassess again. If it's really rejecting there, it's this valid rejection block on the daily. So we are at 888, so we might go down back into 804-ish. 804, and then that means we are going into that. Is that Asia? And that's Asia low. Sorry, London low. No, Asia low. Pardon me. But I already have an interest here at this point, 846, because that is London low and that little imbalance. And London low is Asia's high, so it is a point of interest to me. But we have the NWOG above it. We already surpassed an NWOG. Change in the state of delivery on the 5 minute. Let's see how it reacts at this London first presented fair value gap. This is the first presented, so it's basically an inversion now, right? It inverted, so I want to see if we get a, if it disrespects this one, then I might be interested in a short. If not, I'm still, I have a long bias, as I said, just for this session for now, because I think it might, I wouldn't be surprised if we go a little bit higher into this area, but I could be wrong. If it's going to disrespect this all, then I have this level in my mind, the 804-ish, with a few stops here, 847. But let's see how it reacts at this inversion. Because we disrespected already all these fair value gaps, right? To the downside. And you always, you know, when you have a level like this, it's the previous day midpoint. It's also a very algorithmic significance, like a daily high, daily low. Now, the previous day, the midpoint is not as valuable as, well, it still is valuable because it always will give a reaction there, like a retracement. Now, we could reverse, obviously, but like I said, I just want to see how it reacts here into this fair value gap. You know, we can consider this a breaker. Let's see. The unicorn. Oh no, not you. Oh, I'm so happy the computer stopped again, making noise. You see how nice the color is? Exactly, this color matches with the little horn. Isn't that cute? It's a fashionable unicorn. He matches with my with the levels. Now I want to check on the 3 minute where the first presented fair value gap of the London session is and how it forms, because obviously they are all different in different. Okay. Oh, it's starting again. Do I need to move you again? Okay, you just need a little bit of slap on the back. That's it. And now. You know, when things go wrong, like, you know, the bank and the stuff like that, it all comes together, right? You have those days that everything that can happen happens at once. Okay, now let's see. So the 1 minute is here, 888, 880, and the 5 minutes, same. Let's start. I'm going to leave it at the 5 minute for now because I just want to see the structure a little bit better. Wow. Can you guys see the weather outside? It has been raining for days here and it's so cold and the summer has already started, so it's really weird. Very weird weather. I haven't done my beach walk or anything. Even my cats are just sleeping on they don't want to even go out or play or do whatever. They're just like playing dead all day now. Anyone in a trade? I'm just waiting how it reacts at this level, and Yeah, I've got targets now for trade to the downside and to the upside, but I just want more information to see what it's going to show me. But this looks pretty bullish, right? The structure on the 5. So let me show you this here. You see, when you have all these wicks here, right? Let me put this on the 13. What I notice a lot, even though when it's still bearish, we should all like the stream. Oh, thank you, York. Yes, help me out, guy. I think it's I hate asking for those things, but apparently that's something that's really necessary for YouTube, for the algo to help the channel. And I never ask for it, but I need to ask for it. But I'm always like, just people will do it any if they like it, and if not, they don't have to do it. And I hate it when I'm on another stream and people ask me before they even said something. Then I never like it then. But yeah, help me out, guys. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I mean, I'm so happy that I started this channel. I'm already so, I had so much fun yesterday and the last few days, and I like that it's actually a small group, to be honest. Um, so yeah, I'm really enjoying, and I really having a good time with you guys. So we're gonna keep it going. And even you stayed with my laptop making that noise, so I really am very appreciative. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. It's all about building. I mean, I think that's so important, having a community, and especially as a trader. It can be pretty lonely, and just having a community where you could fall back on, communicating with people that have your interest and not are out for your money. I think that is one of the purposes of this stream as well. I learned from ICT, which was for free, and I believe if you get something for free, you have to pass that on for free as well. And yeah, and there's a lot of like I don't go on. I made an account on X as well for my for this channel, but I just don't even go there. There's so much toxicity there, and I just hate it. So I don't do any. Oh, here we go again. Um, it keeps going. I just need to give it a little. Maybe I have to. You need some air. Good. I just need to smack it around a little bit, and then it just stops. Now it's funny to see that it doesn't even hit. Let's see if it didn't even hit the 1 minute fair value gap here. So 438. We've got flat bottom here and didn't even wick into it. So that's weird. Normally that is very unusual. See, okay, we didn't have a wick next to left to it. Okay. Yeah. Well, the main YouTuber that I learned from was ICT, obviously, but I think there are trustworthy YouTubers you can learn from. Dasha Lumi Traders is very good. she's very solid. She doesn't do any bullshit. Tanya is awesome as well. Yeah, I think there are a couple that are really trustworthy. From the mill, yeah, ICT. I really like obviously ICT. I think that's the main source. But then, if you really want to learn, like if you don't want to go through the long versions of ICT videos, I can recommend T Trades. I think he has one of the best YouTube channel if it comes to ICT education that is not by ICT himself. So T Trades is very valuable. Yeah. Who else do I watch? Kit, I don't know if you know Kit. Kit is one of my, used to be one of my mentors as well. He's very much in time, and he's a mathematician and engineer, and he's pretty good as well. Then Nine and Anar, they are the ones that they have a own Discord as well, and I use their indicator. They are into digital time theory. Those are very solid as well. But there's a lot of bullshit out there. People just start a stream just to get as many likes, and just they can't even trade, and it's just like they just go in for the get affiliates, and I don't know, it just, but it works. I mean, it's just, they're more, I guess, I think what I learned when I worked for the prop firm is when we go online, it has to be, we call it tradertainment. So you have to have it is educational, but it has to be entertainment as well. So that is also my purpose for this channel, but the main focus will be educational, because that is my, I want to bring value and not just, have fun, only fun, but it has to be also like an element of fun. People need to want to stay somewhere, right? But yeah, you need to have some knowledge, I guess, to share, and that's how I see it. But you have to have some level of knowledge. Let me put it that way. We cannot know everything, right? And I think we're lifetime students, so even I am still studying, and I'm very excited that ICT is bringing out more videos. So there's still a lot of, the more you learn, how bigger the circle of not knowing things become, right? Because you get more in, you learn something, and then you find out, oh, but how does that work then if I know that? So you're never done, and especially in financial markets. We're dealing with one of the most difficult markets, and it's designed for us not to make money. So you always have to stay humble, and always have to be like, okay, I always have to improve strategies, and you know, yeah. So we're never done learning, and that's the fun part. Hey, look, this is all nice, beautiful. This is going to be beautiful liquidity. It's really a trend line here. But I wanted to see, so this is typical for the last few days, right? Maybe even weeks, that we just don't go into the levels that we normally do that make it easier. Like, okay, I want a nice retracement into that area, the OTE zone, and then I can, play it up. But it's hard. It doesn't do these things. You really have to have a different, you have to get in outside macros now a little bit. That's what I noticed the last few days. Now let's see. What time is it? 4:43. 4:43, and I think it looks to me very bullish at the moment. So I'm thinking about that, my 410 model. So this here, 4, it has to go through the 4 again, and then it goes up to here, right into this inversion. So that will be my model. But we'll have to see if it is going up. It probably will reject at some points again, so around 912-ish. It's not going to be a straight line to that area if it's going to go there. Let's see if it can surpass the 4, because what you also see happening a lot with the 4 o'clock time, it also, if it doesn't go through it, it could form a rejection. Like you can see it like bumping into it and going away from it again. So also I use it for that reason. So I always highly recommend people putting their 10 and their 4 o'clock on the charts, because you will see a lot around those times, and just start monitoring them. Don't take my word for it, but just monitor it and see. Because let's see if it does. I'm really curious to see, because it could just reject from that area again and then go further down. Let's see. I think after this stream I should leave. I think I just realized that I haven't turned my laptop off for days. I just, well, yeah, I turned it off and straight back on again just for, but maybe I should give it some rest. I mean, he's been working really hard, I must be honest. And I think the marathon stream yesterday was a little bit too hard on him. And then I wake up in the morning and again he's like, okay, let's go. And I think he's like, no, no, no. I might be hardware, and you're mistreating me now. So I guess now 4:46. Anyone in a trade already? I'm still waiting. I still have no direction, to be honest, because we're in the mid of that 15-minute fair value gap. I've got a target above me, a target below me, so I have no. I've got, how can I say, the confirmation? Not insecure. Yeah, well, let's call it confirmation. Lack of confirmation. But now we're below the 15%, 50%. So let's see. I would like it to go into this. Just have a touch. Just touch this little area here. So just take some liquidity and then move back up. That's what I like to see for a move up. And if it just blasts through it, then we know, then it's more bearish than bullish. You're looking for a long at 885. Wow. We're using that wick on the left as entry. It's a premium wick, right? So Boom. We've got equal highs here now, and we've got trend line liquidity here above. Almost. What is a trend line? There are wicks, so we could reject in them, but it's just forming more wicks. It forms a lot of yeah, as soon as I go back to my chart, it passed where I would have got. You know, but I don't think it's a, I think it's a very, I don't think it's a nice area to be in a trade because you're really dabbling in the middle, right? You're at the middle of a 50% of a 15-minute fair value gap. It's a little bit indecisive. I don't know. I think it's really, for me, I just don't have too much, I'm just missing confidence in a trade at the moment because it's just dabbling in the middle of this fair value gap at the moment. And it's a little bit undecided. I am inclined to think it's going up, but it might as well just slam down. But I would rather see it go a little bit down, a little bit more, and then go back up. But it's hard to read because it's in this area, right? In this midpoint of this fair value, 15-minute fair value gap, which is a significant one. It could be a turn. It's a higher time frame point of interest. But if the algo wants to go higher, look, we've got equal lows and highs now on the 13-minute on both sides. If you look here, technically you have them here, lows. This is, you can consider this equal, equal, equal. Now, and here we have equals. The only thing where we don't have equals are here, which I'm actually targeting sort of, but I'm thinking of something. What I've noticed lately is that price, even though we're bearish, right? It doesn't turn in the 50%, but it just goes a little bit higher and then sort of like goes just to the top and then goes back into the range. That's something that I noticed the last few weeks in my journaling. Now go to the unicorn. Now where is the unicorn level? Okay, so that's, so if it would go to this area, we're still in the fair value gap, for example, because you can see that a lot happening, right? If we're going to be, we can be in consolidation, and then it could still go into the unicorn, right? It's still in this area. That doesn't mean anything for for price action because it's just still bouncing around, and then maybe it goes out of the range to go to that level up. But maybe it's too much to ask, you know. It's no news Wednesday, but you know it still can give good price action. No news day. Sometimes you get really good price action. But we had quite a big day. But like I said, because it's month end coming, um, they just could jack the price higher, higher, higher until Thursday, Friday, and then you know we get like a nice move down on Monday, Tuesday. Um, you know, you can already see how it's stalling all the time and all these equal highs. So yeah, I'm technically bullish for the week, but obviously we'll get some retracements to the downside. But my higher time frame bias is bullish, but you just have to find the good entries and don't get stuck in those moves down where they retrace. You know, they can leave all those levels that we are leaving now, like the daily. Technically, if you think about it, Yeah, I need to get those weekly. I'll have those weekly profiles. I'll have them on in the when on the next stream, because we can go over them. Because all those the like the daily low that we left behind yesterday, for example, they can leave them until next Monday. I mean, that's really, you can easily do that because it's only it's Wednesday today. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have three trading days left. You could get another inside day today, possible. That it just takes out one level, either the high or the low, another inside day. And then we break out tomorrow because we have a lot of news tomorrow. That's possible. Friday there's news as well. So we could get another inside day though. I don't think that's likely. This, if I look at this price action, this back and forth, ICT also once said if you have a lot of price action time distortion, you can consider that like a balanced price range. So if you look at this price action here, this is back, forth, I'm wondering if this can be considered balanced because you have so much back and forth, back and forth. See, it's going up already, yeah? See how it's so hard to enter. Okay. Hard to enter, guys. I have no solid entry. I'm not gonna push it. We have to also enforce discipline. We also need discipline. It's just as important. Patience. Now, could this be a good entry because it hit the 0.5? Yeah, okay. 458. Yeah, we're in a macro. Are we now going to the upside? Okay, unicorn, I'm gonna get rid of you because you're not doing much of a job here. So for me, I've got two moments that I'm waiting for. It's either a retest of this one here, or I want to see how if it blasts to the 4 o'clock and it goes above it, then I have this level here, the 10 a.m. above me. But if I see it rejecting here, I really want to see it go into this area and see how it reacts here. So that's what I'm waiting for. Line, hey, 886. You're using, you're using the wick, hey? I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Good. And your TP is 24893. But that's not a micro that you're using. Or how many micros are you on your? I thought you were using micros. You're scalping. Nice. I like it. Yeah, just take short. short trades in this. If you can read the ranges and you scalp, that's perfect. Take those short entries and you're reading it properly. You're using these levels. You're have graded the that wick. I think that you've graded the wick and you took the 0.5. Okay, now let's see. One micro, $150 for 5 points, 9 points. I think it was a mini. I think it wasn't a micro. A micro would have been $20, almost $20, and you had 150 for 3 and 7 points. That's around. That is a mini. Be careful. Yeah. A mini. Yeah, I'm like, hey, that's a good. But it's okay. You had a good micro. It's a micro, not a macro. Micro. Okay. I just want to have a look now because we're at the 4 a.m. Yeah, just be careful. Okay. Now we're above the 4 a.m. and let's see what the next candle is doing. Again, like the time, we're at 5 o'clock exactly. I want to see what happens at 5:02, 5:03. If we're gonna blast through, it's gonna go upside. I'm gonna enter. But I'm gonna enter a micro with this market. Micro. Two micros. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be a market order. I'm in my other account. Uh, Stop loss is just below the 4. And I might be stopped out, but it's okay. I'm on a micro. I'm not playing this market with minis now. Not yet. I don't have the guts like you did. I think it was an accident, but it's okay. And I'm going to 913, 919. Now, I think there's going to be a rejection in this area, and then we might go to that maybe this zone and then further back up. But let's see. I'm just going to take it to this level if not. Oh come on! I've left up it again. Give me a hard time. There we go. Shut up. Two, 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 two. 504, 405. Come on, let's do the previous day midpoint, please. It already rejected off this point here, right? It already touched it, I believe. Oh, it did not exactly. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm gonna go. Oh, you gotta go to bed. Oh, yeah, you need your sleep. That's important. I think so. Yeah. I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna do the New York Open. I like it. I liked yesterday, so I'm gonna give it another shot. So I'll see you later. You have a good sleep. Happy to hear that you did well today. Good job. Proud of you. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Yeah, I can now to manage my other trade, my life trade. So I'm mimicking the same trade on the other side with two micros. It's taking one off. I'm very careful with this market now because I just don't trust it anyway. Hey, hello laptop use. Hello, how are you? Hey, it's very your name is very appropriate for my day today with my laptop. Okay, I'm taking it off. My trade is off. I'm leaving the one in. I don't have any trades open on. It was two macros, and it is $14.70. I just don't feel very comfortable with this market at the moment. I just don't want to overstay. So I think we'll get much better options. What are you doing? I'm trading the NQ. And what are you doing? Well, actually, technically, I traded the MNQ on my live account just now, or on my evaluation, I should say. Um, and I have the NQ open. I chart the NQ and I trade the MNQ sometimes, but I also trade the NQ. Depends on if my model is playing out, if I have enough. See, that's what I mean. And it's a good thing I took that trade off right on my evaluation. And that's because of time. Again, time. I was looking at the time. It didn't hit my level, and it was already 5-7. It starts stalling, and then I start getting. I just don't feel comfortable anymore. And then I trust my guts now more because of my extensive journaling. So I've been. My trade was a winning trade on my evaluation, but I got out right when it started doing this here, and yeah, I just didn't like it. And that comes with experience. I guess when you journal, that's all about journaling, guys. Really journaling. And at some point, you'll start loving it because I mean, I did because you really start seeing things and start noticing things at specific times and stuff like that. And sometimes things happen, like I just got out because of a feeling and I can't really explain it. And I tell you guys, I don't feel comfortable. And um, and then I see more and more time these things happen because you just start to recognize things without even realizing now if you haven't built a model around it or exactly know the logic, but that will come at a later stage. But just starting to recognize things is already uh, a big growth, yeah, in your trading journey, I should say. So yeah, so that was just a small trade. Got out on time, but I'm still a little bit bullish, I guess. But I think I'll be back in AM session because I did my first AM session yesterday, and I like it. I liked it. So I think I'm going to do another one today. If my laptop is going to work with me, but I'm going to give him some sleep. I'm going to really switch him off and give him some rest. And Sina gave the tip to put a fan. I guess maybe it's he's overheated. He's hot. He's working hard for me, asking a lot of him. So I think we should have better price action later today, or we know more. Let me put it that way. If we don't have better price action, we might know more. We might get a run in pre-market, but hey, sometimes we need just to take a break and reset. And I want to thank everyone for hanging out with me, joining me, supporting me. I'm having the time of my life starting this channel and connecting with you guys and hanging out. And I love the chat, really I do. And I can't express how grateful I am for people sharing, giving feedback, helping me out, and just yeah, just being part of the community. So I'm gonna leave it at that for now. I just want to say thank you again, and I hope to see you soon. And be careful with this price action trading. Just wait. We're gonna get a lot of good price action, and we'll have solid setups, A plus setups, very mechanical, all built around logic, and we practice good risk reward. We can't go wrong, even if we have a losing trade. So I just want to say that again. So just be patient and don't overtrade. And I hope to see you back later on today or another time. Have a nice day. Enjoy.